Hey, protests against ICE continue. Now, I want you to take a look at your screen. This was the scene last night in San Antonio. Protesters were outside of San Antonio's City Hall. They also walked through downtown before making their way back to the Alamo Plaza. That's over there by the federal building. Police blocked off roads and directed protesters down a protected route, but that is the scene there. And as protests grow, Governor Greg Abbott says that he is deploying the Texas National Guard, not just in San Antonio, but across the state. So there's some video of those troopers arriving in San Antonio yesterday. Abbott warned against violence, saying, quote, "You break the law, you cross the line, you will be arrested." Meanwhile, the White House is doubling down on the need for Marines and the National Guard in Los Angeles. This is as ICE raid protests continue there and across the nation. Chris Pallone reports lawmakers from both parties are now questioning the price tag.
With ICE protests erupting across the country, this one in Seattle, where overnight police arrested several demonstrators. The epicenter remains Los Angeles, where thousands of National Guard troops are keeping watch and 700 Marines are poised to join them. Democrats on Capitol Hill are questioning the president's motives.
Our Marines train for combat in the Indo-Pacific, not for securing the streets of Los Angeles.
President Trump insisting protests against ongoing immigration raids would have been much worse if he hadn't acted.
They didn't have the police to handle it. The police were asking us to come in.
State and local leaders say the situation was under control and accuse the president of manufacturing a crisis.
Maybe we are part of a national experiment to determine how far the federal government can go in reaching in and taking over power.
The rare military activation in an American city comes as Washington prepares for a big show of military might as well. A parade celebrating the 250th anniversary of the Army Saturday on President Trump's 79th birthday. With a price tag of up to $45 million, even some Republicans wonder if it's worth it.
Never been a big fan of goose-stepping soldiers in big tanks and missiles rolling down the street. So if you ask me, I wouldn't have done it.
I would save the money, but it's, if the president wants to have a parade, he's the president and I'm not.
The parade will feature more than 60 tanks rolling down Constitution Avenue and 6,000 soldiers marching along. The last time Washington hosted a military parade, 1991, to celebrate the end of the Gulf War. The cost back then, about $12 million. In Washington, Chris Pallone, NBC News.